Have you ever felt deep inside your heart that something's wrong with me? That no matter what you do, you're not enough? Maybe someone told you that when you were little, or maybe no one said it out loud, but they made you feel it. That you weren't smart enough, good enough, religious enough, loved enough. And over time you started to believe it. But what if I told you that was a lie? Not just any lie, the ugliest one. The kind that enters your heart when you're young, hides in silence, and follows you as you grow. The kind that stops you from dreaming, from healing, and even from turning to Allah. We'll talk about where it comes from, how it hurts your soul, and what Allah really says about you. Because once you know the truth, everything changes. You begin to heal, you begin to hope, and most importantly, you begin to believe in your worth again. So, stay with me till the end, because this message could be the one your heart has been waiting to hear your whole life. As children, we are like empty cups. Whatever is poured into us, we hold on to. Our hearts are soft. Our minds are wide open. We believe what we are told, especially when it comes from the people we trust the most. Parents, teachers, family members, elders. But sometimes, what is poured into our hearts is not love. Sometimes, it is not truth. Sometimes, it is a lie, ugly, harmful, and heavy. And that lie was this: you are not good enough. This lie doesn't always come in the form of words. Sometimes it's in the way someone looks at you with disappointment. Sometimes it's in being compared to someone else. Sometimes it's in being punished for mistakes without being taught or hugged. Slowly, that lie starts growing inside. It whispers that you are not smart enough, not worthy of attention, not important. It says you will never amount to anything, and no matter what you do, you will never make anyone proud, not even Allah. This lie becomes even more dangerous when it connects to your faith. When people say things like, Allah will never forgive someone like you, or Allah is angry with you because you're not praying enough. That's when this lie starts destroying your relationship with your Creator. You begin to see Allah as someone far away, someone who only loves perfect people. You start feeling that you're too broken, too sinful, too weak to ever be loved by Allah. That feeling becomes a cage around your soul, but the truth is very different. Allah does not measure you by your mistakes. He looks at your heart. He sees your efforts, your struggles, your tears. You don't need to be perfect for Allah to love you. You just need to turn to Him. That's it. No complicated steps, no perfect record, just a heart that wants to come back. That is enough for the most merciful. This lie also makes us feel like we're the only ones struggling, like everyone else is better than us. We scroll through social media, we see smiling faces, beautiful homes, successful careers, and happy families, and we think, what's wrong with me? But we forget that nobody shares their struggles. Everyone is fighting a battle inside. Even the people who look the happiest are carrying pain. And just because someone else is ahead in one area of life doesn't mean you're failing in yours. You are on your own journey. You have your own path. And Allah is with you on that path, no matter how slow you walk. When people told you that you are not good enough, maybe they were dealing with their own pain. Maybe they were raised in the same way and didn't know how to break the cycle. But it's time to stop believing that lie. You are not here by accident. You were created on purpose, with purpose. Allah made you because He wanted you to exist. He gave you your own fingerprints, your own soul, your own light. That light may be hidden under pain, but it is not gone. It just needs truth to shine again. The truth is that your worth does not come from people. It does not come from how much money you have, how many friends you keep, or how good your grades are. Your worth comes from the one who made you, and He never said you are worthless. In fact, He said the opposite. He said you are valuable. He said He is close. He said that even if your sins reach the sky, He will still forgive you if you come to Him sincerely. Allah knows your name. He knows your thoughts. He knows what you cry about at night. He knows what you are too shy to say to anyone. And yet, he still says, don't give up. You are not far. You were never far. You were just covered in lies. But the truth is shining now. And the first step to healing is saying, that lie was never true. Allah loves me, even with my flaws, and I can always come back. Lies are dangerous, but not all lies are equal. Some lies only confuse us for a moment. Others stay with us for a lifetime. And then there are lies that change how we see everything, how we see ourselves, how we see others, and how we see Allah. The lie that says, you are not good enough, is one of those lies. It is more harmful than it first appears, because it does something very serious. It quietly breaks your heart from the inside and pulls you away from your own soul. This lie plants seeds of doubt, not just in your ability, but in your faith. It makes you feel like you don't belong anywhere. You feel like an outsider even in your own home. You look in the mirror and think, why did Allah even make me? You start questioning your value. When people praise you, you feel like a fraud. When people criticize you, you feel like a failure. This false belief becomes a wall between you and your Creator. It makes you scared to raise your hands in dua. It stops you from stepping on the prayer mat. It whispers to you, why bother? Allah won't listen to someone like you. And every time you sin, it makes the guilt heavier, not to guide you, but to crush you. Instead of turning to Allah with hope, you turn away with shame. You distance yourself. You hide. And that's exactly what Shaitan wants. Shaitan's greatest trick is not getting you to commit a sin. This lie also affects how we treat other people. When you believe you are worthless, you begin to expect pain from others. You accept bad treatment because deep inside, you feel like you deserve it. You stop dreaming. You stop growing. You begin to live with a closed heart. You laugh less. You smile less. You walk with your head down, not because you are humble, but because you are hurting. The lie has done its damage. Even in moments of success, the lie comes back. You might pass an exam, get a job, or hear someone compliment you. But deep down, you feel it doesn't matter. The voice inside tells you it's not enough. So you live in constant fear, fear of not being accepted, fear of being rejected by the world, and even by Allah. You live like a candle in the wind, always worried someone will blow it out. But Allah doesn't want you to live like that. He doesn't want His servant to walk with their heart chained in sadness. He wants you to rise. He wants you to feel light in your chest. He wants you to know that no matter how far you fall, the door back to Him is always open. And the first step toward that door is destroying this lie from your heart. You've been told a lot of things in life, by people who loved you, by people who hurt you, and even by your own thoughts. But many of those things were not the truth, especially the ones that made you feel small, unworthy, or hopeless. That's why today you need to hear something different. The truth is, you were never meant to be perfect. You were never expected to live without mistakes. From the moment Allah created you, He knew you would fall, you would break, you would cry, and you would get lost. But He also knew you would rise, you would change, and you would find your way back. That's what makes your journey beautiful. It's not your perfection that brings you closer to Allah. It's your return. It's your struggle. It's your sincerity. You see, your value doesn't come from how many people approve of you. It doesn't come from how many sins you've committed or how clean your past is. Your value comes from one simple fact. Allah made you. And when He made you, He breathed into you from His Spirit. That means there is something divine, something special, something powerful inside you. Even if the world can't see it, Allah sees it clearly. The world is quick to judge. People may look at your clothes, your status, your looks, or your mistakes. But Allah looks at your heart. That is what matters most to Him. Not your image, not your background, but what lives deep inside your chest. If your heart still seeks Allah, if you still cry for Him in the quiet of the night, then you are already on the path of the beloved. You are already walking toward light, and don't ever think you are too far to come back. That thought alone is a trick from Shaitan. The real truth is, no one is too far. The door is never closed. Allah does not shut out His servants. Even if you spent your whole life walking away from Him, it only takes one sincere step to return, and He will run toward you with mercy. That is how kind He is. Even your pain has value. Allah doesn't waste your tears. He doesn't ignore your brokenness. Every sigh, every sleepless night, every moment you say Ya Allah with a tired voice, He counts it, He stores it, He rewards it. What people don't notice, Allah sees clearly. You are never alone in your struggle, even if no one else understands. And here's the beautiful part. Allah already knows everything you've done. Nothing surprises Him. Nothing disappoints Him. He knows your secret sins. He knows your regrets. And yet, He still lets your heart beat. He still lets the sun rise for you. He still gives you time. Why? Because He's giving you a chance to remember who you truly are, a chance to drop the false voices, a chance to believe the truth. And what is that truth? The truth is, you are not your mistakes. You are not your worst days. You are not your worst days. You are not what others say about you. You are a servant of Allah, and that alone gives you honor. You were created with love, surrounded by mercy, and invited to paradise. What greater proof do you need of your value? One of the hardest things in life is feeling like you are not enough, not smart enough, not beautiful enough, not religious enough, not successful enough. And when this feeling grows over time, it makes your heart heavy. You start to think that you have to keep proving yourself to everyone around you. You begin chasing approval from people, from society, and even from yourself. But no matter how much you try, it never feels like it's enough. That's because you've been looking in the wrong place. The truth is, you were always enough. From the moment you opened your eyes as a newborn, you were seen by Allah. From the time your heart beat for the first time, Allah knew you. And even before you were born, when you were still in your mother's womb, Allah already loved you. Not because of what you did, not because of your achievements, but simply because you are His creation. You see, people only value you when you succeed. They praise you when you're winning, when you're strong, when you fit their idea of what is good. But Allah values you even when you're weak. He accepts you when you cry alone. He loves you when you feel lost and confused. To Him, your worth is not something that changes based on performance. It's constant, because His love is not temporary. His love is not like the love of this world. Many times, we fall into the trap of thinking, if I was better, maybe Allah would love me more. But that's not how Allah works. He already loves you. He already chose you to be a believer. He already gave you the gift of guidance. And if you fall short, He doesn't cancel you. He doesn't turn His back. He simply invites you again. That's why Allah is the most forgiving, the most patient, and the most merciful. You don't need to earn His love with perfection. You don't need to compete with others to feel worthy. Your value is not in being better than someone else. Your value is in being sincere, being real, being honest with Allah. If you make a mistake, say sorry with your heart. If you forget to pray, come back the next day. If you feel broken, let that feeling bring you closer to Him. That's what He wants. One of the most comforting things to know is this: Allah is not looking for perfection. He's looking for effort. And every time you try, even if you fall again, He sees it and He appreciates it. Even if no one else notices your growth, your struggle, your silent battles, Allah does. That's what makes your journey beautiful. The problem is, we often let the world decide our value. We listen too much to people who don't know our heart. A teacher's harsh words, a parent's comparison, a friend's rejection, a society that keeps telling you that you have to look a certain way or be a certain type of person. All of these voices drown out the one voice that matters most, the voice of Allah. When He says you are honored, you are honored. When He says He is near, then He is near. And when He says that He accepts the one who turns to Him, then you are already accepted. You don't need to wait to become someone else. You don't need to wait until you fix everything in your life. You can come to Allah exactly as you are right now. He is ready. His mercy is open, and His love is constant. So don't waste your life trying to be enough for people who will never understand your worth. Instead, turn to the one who already sees it. The one who never asked you to be perfect, only faithful. The one who gave you your own journey, your own heart, and your own purpose. You were always enough. You just needed to be reminded. Let that reminder bring you peace today. Let it remind you that you are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not less than anyone else. You are on your path with Allah. In every child's life, the words and actions of adults carry deep meaning. A parent's words can become the child's inner voice. A teacher's comment can live inside a student's mind for years. An elder's attitude can shape how a young heart sees the world and even how it sees Allah. That's why the role of parents and adults is so important. It is not just about feeding a child or teaching them good manners. It is about building their heart, protecting their soul, and guiding them with love. When a child is told, "You are useless," or "You'll never be good enough," those words do more than hurt. They leave wounds that cannot be seen. The child may laugh on the outside, but something inside them begins to break. They may start to believe that their worth depends on performance, that love must be earned, and that they are only accepted when they are perfect. That is where adults make a huge impact, for good or for harm. A parent who disciplines with kindness teaches a child that mistakes are part of life. A teacher who forgives with gentleness shows that failure is not the end. An older sibling who listens with patience helps build strength inside a younger heart. These small actions are seeds of faith. They teach a child that love is not taken away when they mess up. And they teach the most important truth, that Allah is kind, loving, and always close. But when adults are angry all the time, when they insult instead of guide, when they ignore instead of comfort, children start building walls inside. They stop speaking. They stop trying. They may even stop praying because they think that if the people who are supposed to love them can't forgive them, then why would Allah? This is not just emotional pain, it's spiritual danger. Because Allah is nothing like angry adults. Allah does not lose patience. Allah does not withdraw love. Allah is always there, waiting for His servant to return, no matter how many times they fall. And it's the job of parents, teachers, and elders to reflect that mercy, not replace it with fear. This doesn't mean a child should never be corrected. Correction is love when done with care. Children need rules. They need structure. But they also need to feel safe. They need to know that their worth is not based on being the best or never making mistakes. They need to know that their soul is sacred, their tears matter, and their efforts are seen, even if they fail sometimes. And if you are someone who was hurt by the adults in your life, remember this: they were human. They made mistakes, but the way they treated you does not reflect how Allah sees you. He is more gentle than any human could ever be. He knows your pain, and He wants to heal it. You were never a mistake. You were never too broken. You were never too far gone. That lie they made you believe, it was never true. Allah never asked you to be perfect. He only asked you to return. And the moment you do, He welcomes you with love, with light, and with endless mercy.